Hey everyone, it's Mr. Montgomery again. Today we're still on Unit 9. We're on lesson number 2 now, and we are on page 369 that I'm circling there at the bottom. 369, and you're going to see a picture. It's like a piece of a 120 chart, and we worked with 120 charts before, and today we're going to see how these big, awesome charts can help us out with one more, one less, 10 more, 10 less. So we're still working on what we did yesterday, but we get to use 100 charts to help us. So if mom or dad, grandpa or grandmom or grandpa has not picked up the supplies I set at the school for you, please make sure that they get them. I put a couple messages on Dojo. Please make sure they get them. It is super duper important. There is a 120 chart in there just for you, okay? And it's there to help you. There's a whole bunch of cool stuff in there to help you. So, let's see what is going on here on page 369. Oh, and before I forget, if you're not on this page yet, pause the video. Pause it. Don't watch any further until you got your robot and turtle book open and you are looking at this same exact page that is on my screen. Got it? Okay. Now, if you have your page, this page open, let's get to the problem here. So it says, how can you use a 100 chart to help you find one more than 36? What about one less? 10 more and 10 less than 36. Write the numbers. Okay, so I just want to refresh something. So when we go from left to right on the chart, we are getting larger by ones. Every time you jump over here, it is, think about it as plus 1, plus 1. Okay? And then the same thing if you were to go backwards, your numbers get smaller. Okay? Just remember that when you go across these rows, remember this is called a row, that it increases by 1. And when we hop down the column right here, it increases by 10 each time. So you can kind of think of it as a plus 10. All right? So just keep that in mind, and it will make your life super duper easy. These charts are the coolest thing ever because they help make math so simple, and you're just going to blast right through today's lesson. It's really fun stuff. Okay, so look at this. They already helped us out, and they circled the number 36 right there. I'm just going to circle a little bit more with my blue. There is the number 36. So let's do one more first. So what is one more than 36? So when we want to get a larger number, remember, we hop over 1 to the right. That's going to be a plus 1. So if we hop over 1, what number do we land on? We landed on 37. Okay? Simple so far, right? No problem here. What about one less? Oh, man. Well, if you think about it, if we go forward one jump, we can also go backwards one jump. So if we go backwards one jump, it's like saying minus 1. And what number do we land on right here? 35. There we go. So, 35. You know, let me zoom in just a little bit, just a smidge. Oh, there we go. Much better. Okay. Now, let's do 10 more. 10 more than 36. Now remember, when you go down on a 100 chart, the numbers are getting bigger, right? 40, 50, 60, and then way down here is going to be like 100. Way at the bottom, okay? So we want to go down towards that 100. So if we're saying 10 more, we need to take, what are we going to do? Take a jump up to the 26 or take a jump down to the 46? We're going to take a jump down and go whoop. Land right there on 46. So 10 more than 36 is 46. And now they also want us to figure out 10 less. All right, try this one on your own. What is 10 less than 36? So if we know that jumping down one is going to get bigger, which direction should we jump? And write down that number. Did you try it? Did you? Okay. Pretty sure you tried it. We're going to go up one jump. Whoop. Right there. And we land on 26. So 10 less than 36 is 26. Now remember, I pointed this out on yesterday's lesson that when we do one more, we are looking at that ones place. So for 36, it's at number 6, and it gets bigger by 1. And for 1 less, we're still looking at that 6 because it's in the ones place, and it gets smaller by 1. And the same thing with 10 more, except we focus on that tens place, which is the 3. And 10 more than 3, or 1 more than 3 is 4, right? Because you're adding a 10. And 10 less, we're still looking at that 3. For 10 less, that means you're taking a whole 10 away from the 3, right? Or from the 36. And you get 2, right? You have 2 tens left. Except now we can kind of see it on this chart, which makes it way easier. And if you notice, it kind of makes like a big plus sign. Because watch this. I'm going to highlight the boxes that we just used. They kind of make like a big plus sign. So, whenever you are thinking 10 more, 10 less, or 1 more than and 1 less than a number, think about this plus sign. You're only going to move one jump in any direction. Okay? So if you go right, that's +1. Go left, that's -1. Go down, that's going to be +10. And you go up, that's -10. You're always going to move within like a little plus sign shape. Okay? And you're going to see this a lot more as we keep going. All right? So let's go ahead and jump over to the next page. Let's turn the page. All right. So now we are on the next page. It is page 370. 370. All right? So let's do this little convince me question right here. I know we don't do this very often, but I thought it'd be fun. It says, how could you use a 100 chart to find the number that is 10 more than 86? What number is that? Well, let's go ahead and practice. Let's get our own 100 chart out. If you have your 100 chart at home, please make sure you get it out. And go ahead and use it along with the 100 chart that I'm going to use. All right. So what number did I say? 86. So we're going to find number 86. We're going to go down until we see an 8 in the tens place. Boop, 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 boop. Right here, found an 8. Now we need to keep going over till we find a 6 in the ones place. And it's right here, 86. So they want us to find what number is 10 more. Now what direction would we move in? Would we go up towards the 1? See how the 1's up there? Or would we go towards the bigger numbers down below? Or are we going to move over to the right or to the left? Now remember, when we're counting by tens on a 100 chart, we go down. So 10 more, we're going to move down 1. Boop. And what number did we land on? We landed on 96. So now we know that 10 more than 86 is 96. All right, cool. So that's a little example of how we could use a 100 chart to help us find what is 10 more than a number. We just moved down 1. Okay, let's go back to our workbook page. So I erased all the little dotted lines so we can work through this together and use that 100 chart that I just showed you to help us out. So they're showing us the number 33. And what they want us to do is find out what number is one less, right? So this is going to be a minus 1 over here, one less. Because remember, when we hop backwards, that's minus 1. If we hop forward, that's going to be a plus 1. One more. And then if we go up, we got to imagine that there is that imaginary number 1 at the top of our 100 chart. So this is it's like saying minus 10. And if we go down here towards the bottom, towards that imaginary 100, just going to write a little 100 down here. It's going to be more. So this would be our, be like saying plus 10. It's our 10 more. Okay, so I like to put these little reminders on my paper to help me through each of these kinds of problems. So if I go down, it's going to be plus 10. Go up towards that 1, it's going to be minus 10. If I hop over to the right, like on a number line, it's going to be a plus 1. And if I go backwards, it's like subtracting, so that's a minus 1. Okay, so we need to find the number 33 on our 100 chart first. So what I do first is I'm going to go down the first column and look at the tens place and see where the 3 is. Oh, here it is. 31, right? 3 in the tens place. And we're going to go over till we find 33. Oh, and there it is. So if you have your 100 chart at home, go ahead, put your finger on the number 33. Okay, and now let's do just one more. What is one more than 33? Well, we just hop over to the right one, and we land on 34. So now we know that one more than 33 is 34. So we can go ahead and write that in on our paper. Now let's do minus 1. What is 1 less than 33? Well, we just hop backwards 1. 1 less than 33 is 32. So now we can write that in on our little plus sign here. All right, now let's do our plus 10. Now for our plus 10, we just hop down the column. Remember, our column goes from top to bottom. We just move down one space down the column. Boom. Because we want to move downwards towards the bigger number when we have our 10 more. So 10 more than 33 is 43. Okay, so now we can write our 43. And our last one is 10 less, or it's kind of like saying minus 10. All right, so for 10 less, we always want to go towards that smaller number. So we hop one time up the column, and we land on 30 or 23. So 33, 10 less than that is 23. So let's go ahead and write 23. And there you go. We filled in the whole plus sign. Well, our little plus sign shape. So 33, 1 less is 32, 1 more is 34, 10 less is 23, and 10 more is 43. All right, so I would love it if you would try number 2 on your own. And just in case you don't have your own 100 chart, I will have one on the screen for a few moments. So the number we are looking for is the number 46 on our 100 chart. I will highlight it on mine just in case you don't have a 100 chart of your own. All right, so here we go. Number 46. There it is. Okay, now you can go ahead and use this 100 chart on the screen if you need to show 1 more, 1 less, 10 more, and 10 less for number 2. Alright, if you're all done, we're going to move on. If you're not done, that's okay. Just pause the video right here, hit that space bar, and whenever you're ready, unpause the video. Alright, so let's go through number 2. So we're looking at 46. What is 10? Let's do 1 more and then 1 less. So 1 more than 46. Hop over 1. We have 47. So we can go ahead and write that in. And let's see, what is 1 less than 46? We hop backwards 1. And we're on 45. Alright, now let's do 10 more than 46. Jump down 1 towards the bigger numbers. And we land on 56. Alright, and our last one is 10 less. So we jump up 1 towards the small numbers, towards that 1, and we land on 36. So remember, we jump over 1, that's like saying plus 1. Jumping backwards 1 is like saying minus 1. Going down 1 is like saying plus 10. And jumping up 1 is like saying minus 10. So there's a couple ways you can think about this. I'm just trying to give you guys whatever you might need to help you understand this a little bit better. Okay, you know what? Let's just do 1 more on our own, except for the answer this time. I'm not going to go through the whole 100 chart as thoroughly, okay? So let's go number 3 on the next page. We're on 371, the next page. And I would like for you to try number 3 on your own. This time they didn't give us those cool little plus signs to help us out. So the first one says 1 more than 37. The next one is 1 less than 37. We have 10 more than 37. And then 10 less than 37. So for while you're working on this, I will put the 100 chart up here to help you out in case you don't have one, and I highlighted the number 37. I will give you guys a couple moments to solve this on your own. Alright, if you're still working, please pause the video here. If you're all done, then we're going to continue and go over these answers together. Okay, so we have 37. See 1 more. We hop over 1. We have 38. So 1 more than 37 is 38. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. One less than 37. We can go back to our 100 chart. Hop backwards, we land on 36. And for 10 more and 37, we hop down one, land on 47. And then 10 less than 37, we hop up one. Remember, I know it sounds a little confusing that we're hopping up one. Just remember, you want to move towards those smaller numbers for the 10 less. And we land on 27. And that's it. So 1 more is 38, 1 less is 36, 10 more is 47, 10 less is 27. All right, now if you are not in my class, make sure you tell your teacher that you are all done with the video and ask him or her what the next thing they would like you to work on is. For the friends that are in my class, here is what we are doing next. We are going to our Google Classroom, click on that man in the blue box, click on classwork, and then you are going to do 9-2 quick check. All right? And then if you finish that, do the 9-2 extra practice on IXL. Try to get 100%. All right? And that's it. I hope that this lesson was fun, maybe even a little easy for you. I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, make sure you let me know. And besides that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? Have a great day.